Alright, it's a cold one out today, but we're gonna have to push through because I'm moving in 2 days. I'm gonna put some Brembo brakes on the Mini Cooper, some John Cooper Works brakes, and I'll show you how to do it. First thing that we want to do before we take off these calipers is break the line down right here. You just loosen this bolt just a little bit and then tighten it right back up, so then you don't have to do it when your caliper's off. Alright, it's loose. Now let's tighten her back up. Sorry for all the wind noise. It is really windy out here and cold, but you want to take off this, all you have to do is kind of just pry it off. It's just a little rubber thing, just like that. Then what you want to do is take out this little sensor thing here, because I'm pretty sure you're going to replace it. Just rip her out of there. Well, that didn't work like the other one did. And then you take out the bolt that goes through this caliper, that goes to the caliper bracket to bolt it on, and also the one on the bottom there. And then you just take this and you put like a zip tie up there to hold your caliper up so you don't have tension on the brake line. Alright, and now you have to take off this here L bolt, and then you chuck that over there. And you got this bolt on the bottom here and up here. Pretty darn hard to get off though. After you do all that, you want to take off your rotor, because I'm replacing the rotors. You just take off this screw right here, and then you just kind of smack it and then it falls off. And then after that, you want to replace your brake guard, rotor guard, whatever you want to call it. Alright, after you got the old ones off, after you get the rotor and the rotor guard thing off, you want to get your new rotor guard and mount that puppy right up on there. Alright, after you get your new rotor guard on, and then you put on your new rotor, and you want to tighten up this here bolt. Make sure that your rotor's on nice and tight. And then shampoo. Thing should be solid. This should be solid. Now these John Cooper Works brakes don't have a caliper bracket. All they do is just mount up to these bolt holes right here and right there. And you just slide it right behind it, and it mounts up just like that, and you put in your new bolts right through it. And then you grab your fancy handy dandy brake pads, and it don't matter what side you put them on. I'm pretty darn sure they're the same exact thing. So you just kind of slop her up on in there. Get this thing right here. You slap her in just like that. Then after you get this thingamajigger on there, you can slide these pins right here. Slide it right through these little clamps right here. Sorry about the garbage man. But then it says to smack it with a hammer. So you smack them things with a hammer, and then it will be stuck in there. After you hammer your pins in, it's still going to be a little loose until you pump this up with fluids. And then what you want to do is come back here. You see this little blue tab right here? You go pop and get rid of that. And then you're going to take off this brake line and attach it into that brake line. Whole thing right there. Alright, now once you get that on, you get your brake line on, make sure it ain't all goopy everywhere, you know, and then you see that little brake bleeder thing right there? You got two of them, one on the outside here and one on the inside there. I don't know what you're supposed to do first, but I'm doing the inside first. And I got this little brake bleeder thing. Sorry for all the wind noise. I can't even see what I'm doing. Just boom, pop her on there, and then you see this nut right here? You want to loosen that, and then go inside, pump your brakes, make sure you keep filling up your reservoir. You don't want it to be completely empty up there. Just to let you know, if you have a Mini Cooper and you don't know where the heck your reservoir thing is, it's right hither. It's underneath this right here. It's like tucked up underneath there, all up in there like that. But yeah, get rid of that thing and make sure you got some brake fluid on hand. .4, by the way. Now after you put on these brakes and bleed them and everything, you want to put on a spacer, because these brakes are hella big. I got a hella big spacer because I don't want to be rubbing on these nice fancy brakes. But I got a spacer that was too big anyways, because I have a different plan for this car later in the future, and you guys aren't gonna guess what it is. Most of you guys are gonna think I'm just not even gonna tell you, because then I'll just, yeah. We got some nice meaty spacers, like 1 inch 25 millimeter. Bam. Don't forget your brake sensor thingy to tell you when your brakes are going done, because you know normal people can't tell themselves. You kind of just like shove it right in there, then you kind of like, I don't know, hook this right up in here like as a little holster thing, and just shove it on in there. There we go. And then you take this, and then you gotta take off everything because they want to make it really freaking annoying, and then you gotta alright, well, we got that wire in and everything and all that jazz. This was a pain in the balls, that little grommet freaking rip out plug, but yeah, all of that thing, and that was irritating. But anyways, I got hooked up. It's Gucci. Alright, here is me back brakes and crap. So what I'm going to try to do is get this off first, which I'm pretty sure is your e-brake line thingamajig. Oh, looky there, I got the rubber boot ripped on that one. Alright, and I'm not going to take off the brake line just yet. I'm going to mount my new brakes and then take off the brake line so it's less of a mess and I don't lose that much fluid through my lines. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to try to take off the caliper off the caliper bracket. I got this little thingy off of this thing. It was a pain in the balls, but it's alright. So I got this off. Now I don't know if you can see in there, but see this right here, this little C thing right here, you gotta pop that off. It's a C clamp, so this can slide through it. Alright, I got her out. It just slides up through there when you take off this caliper off the caliper bracket. And the way to do that, you take off this bolt and this bolt. Make sure you don't drop it and all that, because you still got your line attached. After you take off them bolts off of here, that were right here, you want to take off these two like torque socket things. I don't know, they're a pain in the balls. There's no freaking reason to use these. You have to take them off. They're really hard to take off. I am not gonna lie to you. That is probably the hardest part of the install, is to get this stupid, terrible little bolt out. It took everything out of my life to get that off. Take off this the same exact way as you take off the other ones. You take out this little nut here, put it somewhere safe, and just, I needed 2 hands to get this thing off, sorry. And you don't take off this. Make sure you clean this all up a little bit, so then your new rotors fit on there nice and flush. After you get this rotor on, you just have to use this here bolt, clamp it on there, and then you put on this caliper bracket with the 2 bolts that are supplied, the 2 really hard annoying ones. Tighten those things down really hardcore tight, And then next you put on the caliper onto the caliper bracket. The next thing you're gonna do is put on these little clamp things. Sit right on here and you kind of snap them on, and then you have another one that goes up top. After you put these clips on and clamp them on, you want to take your brake pads and slide them in there. After you get them brake pads in, you want to take off your brake line off of the old brake system and then mount it onto your new caliper. After you rip off your brake line, we'll unscrew it and then screw it back into this one, into this caliper right here. And then you can put it on and make sure you slide this through, and we'll get that on after I bolt the caliper onto the caliper bracket. After you have everything put together, make sure you bleed your brakes and they should be pretty much good to go. And I gotta put on the spacer and then the wheel and she'll be ready. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video, and thanks for staying until the end if you made it this far. I've been away from the vlogs for like a pretty long time, and I wanted to try to do a vlog like every week, and just let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I've been away for a while because I've been moving, so I just moved up to Pennsylvania, so it's been kind of a long process. I did that right the day before I moved. I put in the brakes, and by the way, they work really good. They're like spontaneous and amazing. I really recommend them. But thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you later.